Sua carreira?
Boa noite. Eu me considero a melhor lutadora
I
da
consider
categoria,
myself the best fighter in the
mas eu
division,
acho que estava faltando
but I
algumas
think
coisas
a
que eu
few things were
precisava
missing
fazer para
that
conseguir
I needed to
performar
do
bem
to
dentro
be
do
able to
octógono.
perform well inside of the
E por
octagon.
isso que eu decidi
And that's
dar
why
essa
I decided
reviravolta
to
toda na minha vida,
change this
porque não foi
everything in
fácil.
my life. It
Não
was
tá
not
sendo
easy.
fácil,
It
né?
has not
Sair
been
da minha
easy
zona de
to
conforto.
leave my comfort
10 anos
zone.
morando no Rio,
10 years
fui lá
living in
pra
Rio.
fora sozinho, não
I
tenho
went
ninguém,
abroad alone. I have
treinando
nobody there.
com treinadores
I'm
diferentes,
training
pessoas
with different
diferentes,
trainers, different
bem
people.
difícil.
It's very, very
Mas
tough,
eu
but
cheguei no ponto em um ponto na minha
I got
carreira
to a
que eu
point in my
senti que
career
eu
where
precisava
I
fazer
felt that
isso
I needed
para
to do
melhorar e
that,
para
to
me
be able to
tornar a
improve and to
lutadora
become
que eu
the
quero
fighter that
ser,
I
que eu
want to be,
desejo ser.
that I desire to be.
Tô.
Aqui.
Eu acho que não. Eu acho que
I
ela
don't think so. I don't think she underestimated it. I think she believes that she's better than I am on the feet, even though I've trained on my feet. I've trained striking my whole life. She has a striking background. I have a jiu-jitsu background. So she believes she's better than I on her feet. But I've become a complete fighter for some time. But I needed to train differently to be able to show that inside of the octagon. My hands are very hard, very heavy. When I hit them, I'm sure that they're going to fall. I know that my hands are heavy. I've been training a lot of striking. Because just having heavy hands is not going to just win fights. You have to have a strategy and a game plan, and that's what I'm working on today.
Não me incomoda nem pouco falar
It
sobre
doesn't
isso.
bother me at all to talk about that.
A gente pratica esporte onde você pode
We're in a
vencer,
sport where you
pode
can win
perder a qualquer
and you can
momento.
lose at any time.
Claro que a gente trabalha com resultado.
Of
e
course,
que
we
sempre
work
vê
with
resultado
results and we
positivo,
always want positive
mas nem
results,
sempre
but
acontece, né?
we can't always get that.
Quanto às minhas duas derrotas para Joanna,
And
eu
about my
acredito que
two
só existe
defeats to
uma.
Joanna,
As
I
duas
only
estão
believe
ali
there
no
was
papel,
one.
mas
There's two on
se
paper,
você
but
for analisar a
if you
luta
were to
direitinho,
analyze the fight,
eu não perdi a primeira luta
I did
pra
not
ela.
lose that
A
first
segunda
fight to
luta
her.
realmente perdi,
The second fight I
mas se
really
você
did
for
lose,
olhar
but
tecnicamente,
if you were to look
eu tenho
technically at
técnicas
it,
melhores do que
I
ela
have
de
better
MMA, não
technique,
sou uma
better
melhor striker
MMA
do que a Joanna,
technique.
mas eu sou
I'm
uma
not a
melhor
better
lutadora de
striker,
MMA
but
do
I'm
que
a
Joanna.
better MMA
Só
fighter
que
than
eu
Joanna.
fiz o treinamento errado pra
But I
lutar com ela.
trained incorrectly to
Me
fight with her.
matei, fiz 17
I killed
semanas
myself.
de
I
camp,
trained for 17 weeks
matando
in
meu
my camp,
corpo,
killing my
destruída,
body.
não aguentava ficar em
I was
pé nem um
destroyed. I
dia, porque
couldn't
eu tava
even
matando meu
stand up
corpo
anymore. I
eu
was
sou
killing my body.
aquela brasileira que acredita
I'm
que
that kind of Brazilian
não tenho que
that
desistir nunca
I
e tô
never
sempre dando o
give
máximo
up.
de
I
mim ali
believe
o
that.
tempo
I
todo.
always give my
E às
best
vezes
at
o
all
máximo não
times.
é o certo, né?
And
Tem uma
sometimes giving
receitinha
your
no bolo
best
que a
and
gente
giving
tem que
everything
seguir,
is
e se
not the
você não
right thing.
seguir,
You have to follow the
vai dar
recipe,
errado. E
or
foi exatamente isso que eu fiz na minha luta, na minha
it's
segunda
not going to
luta
come
contra
out
a
right.
Joanna.
And that's exactly what I did in the
Quanto
second fight
a
against
como eu me
Joanna.
vejo na categoria hoje,
How do I see myself in the
acredito que eu
division
sou a
today?
número 1 do ranking,
I
como
believe
tá
I'm
lá
the
no
number one on the
papel.
ranking, like
A Joanna
it's
é
on
campeã.
paper. Joanna is
E
the
eu tenho
champion.
todas as ferramentas para
So,
ganhar dela.
I
Mas
have
eu
all the tools to
precisava
beat
fazer o
her,
que eu
but
fiz,
I needed to do
me
what I did
reinventar,
to reinvent
para
myself,
melhorar,
to be
para
able to improve
encontrar
and to
o que
find
estava faltando
what
no
was
meu
missing in
jogo, que
my
era o meu
game,
gás, meu
which was my
cardio,
cardio,
a minha paciência,
my
não
patience,
deixar a adrenalina subir muito
not let the
e não matar o meu
adrenaline
corpo.
pump too hard and
Agora eu me
not kill my
encontrei,
body.
só que
And now I
eu
found
não
myself, but
acredito que essa luta faça
I don't
muito
believe this
sentido.
fight makes
A
too much
Rose tá
sense.
falando que ela merece agora o
Rose is
título,
saying she deserves
que
for
ela
the
passe na
belt,
frente,
to fight for the
dispute o título
belt,
com a Joanna, porque o que é da Joanna tá guardado. Tô trabalhando
and
para
she
ela.
can go ahead because whatever is in store for Joanna is going to be saved right here.
Antigamente eu tinha muita dificuldade de bater o peso
I
palha,
used to have a hard
tava
time
muito pesada,
making strawweight. I used to get very heavy. I used to think I needed to be heavy and strong.
era muito peso, era bom.
So I
Mas
thought
como
that
eu falando,
taking
não
off a
só
lot of weight and
relacionado
putting
ao
it back on
treinamento,
was
mas
good.
também estratégias de perda de peso, de recuperação.
So not only training, but all the strategy around
Se tornar
cutting weight and
lutador de MMA,
everything that you need to
tenho
do
feito,
to
estudo
become
muito jogo,
a complete
quero
MMA
melhorar
fighter
na
is what I'm
academia.
doing. I study
E eu
game
me
plan a
encontrei
lot
na
and I want to
categoria,
improve
sabe?
every day. I
Essa é a
found myself in this
categoria
division.
agora,
This is my
futuramente
division.
pode ser que eu
In the
faça
future,
uma
maybe I
luta
could
na
I could
categoria
fight
acima,
in the division
mas
above, but
eu sou peso palha.
I'm a
Então, é engraçado, porque eu fiz jiu-jitsu
So
a
it's
vida
funny
inteira,
because
né? Eu competi muito no jiu-jitsu,
I've been in
cheguei na
jiu-jitsu my
final
whole
do
life.
jiu-jitsu, fui campeão mundial, fui
I
campeão
competed a lot. I got to
Eu cheguei
black
fazendo-
belt. I was a
cheguei no jiu-jitsu,
world champ, a
cheguei
Brazilian
no MMA
champion.
fazendo jiu-jitsu.
I got into MMA through
Quando eu
jiu-jitsu.
cheguei no UFC, quando eu
And when I
cheguei no
got to the
nível mais
UFC,
alto, eu
when
vi
I got
que
to the
todo
highest
mundo tava
level,
querendo
I
fugir,
saw that everyone was
todo
trying to
mundo
run
tava
away
querendo
from my
comigo.
jiu-jitsu. Nobody wanted to do
Eu
jiu-jitsu
continuei
against
com a
me.
ideia de que era
And I
aquilo que eu
still
tinha que
had that
fazer,
idea
não
that that's what I
mudei,
needed to do. I
entendeu?
didn't
E aí
change.
comecei a treinar mais em
And that's
pé,
when I
tentar
started
mudar
to
um
train
jogo,
more on
meu
my
jogo
feet,
um pouco.
to change a little bit of my game. But I think I needed to make changes to training, to my camp, for that to happen. I can't just be for 15 or 25 minutes trying to submit someone without having a strategy. To do a camp just preparing yourself for that moment. There's got to be a strategic training and intelligent training, and that's what I did for this fight. I trained. I saw her strong points and her weaknesses, and I focused on that. I felt very well on my feet, but I know that I'm much better than her on the ground, so it went to the ground. Studying her game, she's very dangerous on the short distance in the pocket. She's got elbows, she's got spinning back kicks in the long distance. And in the pocket, where I'm much better than her, she's also very dangerous because she's got elbows and knees, and she's been showing that in her fights. So we studied her two most strongest points, which is what I try to do. I try to get in there and not let her do what she wanted to do and impose my game.
I'm sure. I don't think nobody in the strawweight division has better jiu-jitsu than me. Like I was saying now, when I started fighting in the UFC, everybody was avoiding my jiu-jitsu, but I didn't wake up to see that. I was like, okay, I'll keep doing my jiu-jitsu. Maybe someday I'll get something. But now I'm studying the way to get there. I'm a smarter fighter, and I'm doing everything I have to do to finish my fights now.
Claudinha, tudo bem? Você falou imediato.
Na verdade, eu acho que essa luta não tem.
In reality, I think that the fight has no appeal. Joanna and I, again, we fought twice again. On paper, I have 2 defeats to Joanna. So I don't like to have fights like that. I want fights where the fans and the UFC itself, the executives, a fight that people want to watch. So I'm sure that if the UFC gave me a title shot right now, people would be saying, she lost to Joanna twice, and that's not what I want to do. I want to prepare myself and to show. It's my challenge. I want to show everyone that I'm able to fight Joanna again. I want everyone to come up to me and say, yeah, right now Claudia has all the capabilities to beat Joanna. And that's why I'm working on the flaws that I think I had when I fought her in the first and the second time. Now, I really don't know what's going to happen. I'm in a little bit of a complicated situation. I'm a number 1 in the ranking, but I fought the champion twice. So everyone's going to try to get ahead of me, like Rose. Rose said she doesn't want to fight me. She wants to fight Joanna. She said, not Claudia now. She wanted to fight Michelle, and so she fought Michelle, and right now maybe she'll fight for the title, and she can do that. And if for the other ones that don't want to fight me either, go ahead and pass me and fight for the title, because I'll be preparing to fight Joanna, and I will be prepared to fight Joanna. I'm sure of that. I'm really not sure what's going to happen, because it's going to be tough for someone to want to do it now. They're going to try to pass me, which is what I would also want to do. I don't think that's wrong. But I'm going to talk to Sean Shelby and Dana and see who's going to be next now. But I want to fight soon. I'm ready to fight again. I watched the fight a little bit at the end, and it's very sad. I left Novo União. I'm training somewhere else, but I love the guys that always trained with me for my whole life. It was 10 years inside of that place. I love everyone. I love Dede, Aldo. Even though they think I'm making the wrong decision, I only think I'm only doing what's right for my career. And it really hurts me to see my friends losing like that. But like I said a little while ago, but unfortunately in this sport, we're here to win or lose at any moment.
Claro. Como eu falei agora há pouco, eu luto
like I said, I'll fight anyone in the division. Jessica's now a strawweight, so it's someone who I'll definitely fight soon. I have no problem in fighting against someone of my same nationality. I'd rather fight someone who's not a Brazilian. I like defending my flag, but for sure Jessica's someone I have in mind.